Hey guys, welcome back. If you are new here, I'm Chantel Purcell, and if you are new, I'll just invite you to go back and watch a few previous videos that'll kind of catch you up to where we are today. And because today I'm just going to kind of roll forward with an update. So I'm still in the reconstruction process. I still have tissue expanders, and since my last video, I had 280 cc's per breast. And so I'm just going to get into some good juicy numbers for you girls that are following behind me. So now I do have one radiated breast, and it's important to mention because we started making some changes to sort of accommodate for the difference in the skin, and there is a difference. The radiated side, the skin is a lot harder, it's firmer, and it's a little bit more difficult to stretch. So what I was finding, and I can still kind of see, is that the radiated breast actually sits higher up here, higher altogether, and it's a lot tighter and firmer, whereas the other one's like a little more squishy, not super squishy because expanders are hard, but it's a little more squishy on the non-radiated side than it is the radiated side. So backing up a little bit to my last video, I was at 280 per breast. This one, the radiated side, was looking a little smaller because of the skin being tight. So we decided that we would go 100 cc's on the radiated side and 75 cc's on the non-radiated side, so that numerically they're going to be off now. The radiated side will always have 25 cc's more. But hopefully to kind of visually catch them up a little bit. So now they are a little bit more in line size-wise. However, the radiated side still sits higher than the non-radiated side. And you kind of see this just by looking at this comparison. And if I go like this, you can kind of see the bottom of this one's a little lower. So what we're going to do ultimately is push this little guy up a little bit just to kind of help even the playing field. My surgeon likes to remind me that they're sisters, not twins, but I'm like, dude, I had twins before. We're going to work on getting them as twinny as possible. Anyway, so he's learning that I'm like a little OCD, so you know, hey, sorry. Anyway, so we added 100 and then 75. So I went to 355 and 380, and then we added a little bit more. So I went to 415 and 440, which is currently where I am. So I just kind of want to show you what these numbers look like, so that when you're going through your tissue expander reconstruction phase, you know, you have sort of like something to gauge. Now, numbers look different on different types of bodies. So this would be relative to people who maybe like have my similar size, height, shape, that kind of stuff. And so I'll give you those stats. I'm about 5'6", and I teeter right around 138. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. Hey, we're in quarantine. Don't judge. And don't judge the quarantine hair either. That's kind of what that's about. Now, once we do the exchange surgery, they have told me that they can increase a little during the exchange. That's going to be important for this reason. Tissue expanders have more projection than implants do. So right now, what looks really fun and cool and kind of like, you know, like normal, good looking breasts, you know, like, hey, that's a good size for me. They're not going to look like this when we do implants. Implants are softer and squishier and don't project out in the same way. So for that reason, we're going to do our best to take that into consideration when he's deciding on what size implant to place. Now, with that said, my body's also going to be dictating how much it's willing to go, because I did delayed reconstruction. So I was previously completely flat, not skin sparing, so no extra skin, no nipple, all the down and dirty info here. And so I was completely flat, and so they had to build this whole mound from something. So in my situation, we did the lat flap, which is the Latissimus dorsi flap, where they utilize some of the muscle and skin to flip it around to the front and helping to pair that with the existing skin. They put in a flap of skin and muscle for a little extra cushion and protection, and then the expander goes underneath that muscle, the latissimus muscle, but above the chest muscle. Have I lost you yet? So I know there's a lot, and you might have to just like watch and rewatch this one to kind of like catch all of those little details, because there's a lot of detail there. So let's talk about that latissimus dorsi flap a little bit. So they took the skin and the muscle, they brought it around, so that left me with 2 incisions on my back. Not exactly ideal, but you know, hey, it beats the alternative when you're fighting cancer. So that's, you know, there's that. Now, where the scars end on my sides, they kept filling with fluid. And even though the drains out, you know, when the drains were in, they did well. When the drains came out, they did have to manually drain my back one time. And those ends that ended kind of like right at my waist, they kept puckering and sort of like filling. So as it healed, I had, they call them dog ears. I don't really know why, but they're like little pooches of skin that don't look very appealing, I can tell you that. So I'll try to insert a photo of what it looked like up until yesterday, because yesterday I went in and did it was an outpatient surgical procedure where the surgeon actually, so where there's a pucker of the skin, like say this is the incision and then a pucker. He needed to remove the pucker, so he cut in and actually extended the scar a little bit, removed sort of a chunk of whatever it was, like fatty tissue, scar tissue, and then relayed the skin flatter. So it extended the overall scar a little bit, but it did flatten and smooth it out. So I just had this yesterday. I will do my best to kind of show you. They're still covered up. I have them on both sides. And okay, so if we're just being honest here, I feel like I've been hacked up a little bit. Like I definitely feel like I've been cut. Like I can feel like it feels like something was cut off of my body, like on both sides yesterday. I'm not taking any pain meds or anything. I did take a Tylenol last night, a PM one to go to sleep, and that really helped. And then today I haven't taken anything, and I've just taken it easy though. Anyway, that's kind of my update for today. Just wanted to fill you guys in, get you all caught up with like numbers during the expansion process. So that's pretty important. I wished I would have known some of these numbers when I was going through this to kind of give me an idea as to what to expect. So now this is out there for you guys. So I'm happy to share my info. If you like this info, or if you are following my journey, feel free to subscribe, and you'll get notifications when new videos are posted. I'm trying to just sort of like share my stories so that the gals behind me, you know, one thing I learned, you guys, is about fear. And fear usually comes from the unknown, and what we don't know scares us. So my personal goal is to put out information to help remove some fear and let you guys know that if you're going through a hard time, or if you're going through, I mean, it's scary. This whole cancer thing's scary. Reconstruction's scary. Having your breast amputated, that's scary. You know, radiation, chemotherapy, losing your hair, like the whole deal, y'all. Like, it's scary. But I'm here to tell you that you can make it through all of this, because I have. And I've kind of shared my journey, and that's exactly why. It's because I want to help remove your fear. I want to give you hope. And I want to let you know that you've got it in you to do this too. So, on that note, until next time, my friends, get out there, live your best life, and know that my door is always open if you have any questions. Much love. Love you guys.